What is going on, everybody? This is Dr. Chris Featherstone. Hey, Swerve's got a different type of deal going on, man. How about that? You can see a one-man unscripted logo now. Look at y'all making some improvements. How about that? Good stuff. Well, guess what, ladies and gentlemen? It is Tuesday night. You know what that means. I have some of the biggest, the baddest, the best wrestlers of today and yesteryear. And guess what? Tonight is no different. Why is it no different? Because I have someone who is a king. He was known as a king before. He was known as Elijah King. How about that? And he also was a part of Future of Honor. Probably didn't know that, did you? You probably did. But what you did know was he was a part of Hit Row, which is now the Hitmakers, ladies and gentlemen. He is former NXT, former WWE star, Ashante Adonis, formerly known as that. Now he's his real name, Tehuti Miles. How are you tonight, my man?
Man, I'm doing fantastic. How are you?
I'm doing great, man. It's great to have you on the show.
That's great. That's great to be here.
Awesome, man. So before we get into these questions, man, I want you to plug what you got going on, man. I saw I'm friends with I'm good buddies with Shane Taylor.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so I saw Ronell Hunt too. Both of them. Those are two friends of mine, and they were. One of them posted a picture of Shane Taylor Promotions and the Hitmakers in the same ring during this weekend, and it was a big shout out to y'all. So it was pretty cool. How was that, man?
Oh man, it was fantastic. Seriously, like the crowd was lit. And it was an amazing time. The match went really well as well, so it was just great.
Nice. I saw AJ do a second rope moonsault, and the crowd went bananas.
Yeah, bananas.
Yeah,
correct term.
Yeah, that's cool, man. Is that? I mean, you started what 2018? So it was what 4 or 5 years you've been in the business.
I've been wrestling since June of 2017.
2017. So yeah, 5 years. Wow, man. And football background, military background, and that goes to wrestling. You're an ACC guy, right?
So I played at Maryland their last year in the ACC, and then I played 3 years in the Big Ten.
Yeah. So Maryland is that still in basketball, it's still ACC or is it Big Ten still? Is Big Ten all together now?
Oh no, yeah, it's Big Ten altogether.
Okay, so I know that they were Big Ten football because I'm a huge college basketball and college football. I remember earlier when I was in ACC. I'm born and raised, bred in Ohio, and huge Buckeye fan. So
Cool.
yeah. I was talking to I told you I was talking to Brianna, and she's an Ohioan too. So
Yeah, she sure is.
fellow Ohioan, yeah, absolutely. So big Buckeye fan, and y'all came over to the Big Ten, and y'all almost beat us a few years back. Almost like this much.
And there was like 1 year where it was at Maryland. They were playing at Maryland, and it went into like 3 overtimes, and it was like this final score was like 54-53 or something like that. I was like, this is crazy right now.
Yeah, it was too close.
Yeah.
And it was the Urban days. It was a couple times where Urban almost slipped on the banana peel and let y'all take one over us, man.
Yeah,
So
a couple times.
So yep, absolutely. So yeah, I'm a huge college football fan. I'm a huge college basketball fan too. I actually like Duke, so I am a ACC basketball guy. Yeah, so I was happy that North Carolina lost last night because I'm petty, because I'm a Duke fan and I can't stand the Tar Heels. So yeah, so good stuff, man. And before we get into the questions, man, let people know, your socials and where to find you. We'll plug you here or plug you at the end of the show too, man, and get some people following you. I mean, absolutely. Like you don't need it, but anything helps.
I could use some more. Now I'm just playing. So yeah, you can catch me on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. It's at Tehuti Miles. That's at TEHUTI MILES.
The name right underneath his mug there, his dapper face there. So good stuff, man. Are you ready to dive into these questions?
Oh, I'm ready.
Good stuff, man. Good stuff. Let's see here. Let's start with Guillermo and Rorito always have like shout out to Rorito and Guillermo. They had questions like 4.5 hours ago. We're just ready to rock. They was excited.
They were ready.
That's fandom. Good job. Rorito from Puerto Rico. How was the Ashante Adonis name created? And what wrestlers would you have wanted to feud against?
Okay, well, so there was just a time when I was in NXT, and they were like, "Yeah, like we want to start coming up with names for you and stuff." So they were like, "Yeah, give us your list." So I forget who I was emailing and stuff, but I probably sent like 6 different lists of names, and Ashante was on one, and Adonis was on another one. And so one day, Triple H just came up to me, and he was like, "What do you think about Ashante the Adonis? Like Megan the Stallion, and like Adonis, like you're a handsome dude." I'm like, I like it.
Very nice.
So that's basically how.
Nice. Good stuff, man.
And feuds, I know a lot of people would have loved to see Hit Row versus Legato in War Games. That would have been nice. And of course, just let me see, like Street Profits, Usos, New Day, like any of those, I would have loved to have a good matchup with them.
Yep, good stuff. Now, a couple piggybacks off of that. One, thoughts on Triple H's retirement, because I know Triple H was an instrumental part of your WWE tenure. And two, if there was speaking of War Games, if there was one more person, because War Games usually 4-on-4, 5-on-5, if there was one more person that you could have chosen to be a part of Hit Row to compete at War Games on a 4-on-4, and say they choose someone else to be in the Legado del Fantasma. If you could choose one person to be in Hit Row at time, one more, who would it be?
Nada. That's my response to that.
Okay.
Well, I mean, it could have been a mixed gender War Games match, with Brianna.
That'd been interesting.
Yeah. So I mean, it probably would have been. Yeah, I think that would have been the first ever mixed gender one. Yeah. So would have been interesting.
Yeah, absolutely. So Triple H, your thoughts on Triple H retiring and his entrance at WrestleMania, coming out, putting his boots in the middle of the ring, and what are your thoughts on that?
That's probably. I know it probably was hard to do, knowing him and stuff. He's a very passionate man about this stuff. You could see it obviously with NXT and everything. So, yeah, I know he's probably sad, but everything happens for a reason. So, I'm sure he's got a lot more, I guess, not freedom, but like time to do other things now. So maybe I don't know though. So I mean, I'm just guessing, but not running NXT and not wrestling anymore. I figured you'd have more time to, I don't know what he's still doing right now. So like in the company, but
yeah, I think he mentioned in Stephen A. Smith interview that he was still going to be recruiting talent and things like that. So yeah, good stuff. So Maurizio also asked, if given another chance to go back to WWE to work as a singles competitor, would you come back and wrestle for them? And are there plans of reuniting Hit Row and the Indies? Well, you already did reunite in the way in the Indies this past weekend as the Hitmakers, and you were supposed to. There are some dates that Swerve is supposed to be with y'all still, right?
Not that I know of.
Okay, I thought there was a date that I saw. Yeah.
Oh well, there was one just recently, like maybe 3 weeks ago, in Baltimore for MCW. That all MCW. 4 of us were at. But I know Swerve wants to do. He's doing his own thing and stuff. He's killing it. He's on AEW right now. So, and Hitmakers is going to do our thing. So, but you wanted to know if I was getting a chance. Okay. I mean, yeah, absolutely. I would love to be a singles competitor, but to be honest, or as AJ would say, to be frank, Hit Row or Hitmakers. This is it. Like, there's like we're killing it, and we're confident, and this is like the hottest act, right now, and it would be cool to be a singles competitor, but this is it. We're one of one. There's nothing like us. So Hitmakers is it.
You prefer being a babyface or a heel as the Hitmakers?
Definitely heel. We can do everything. We can do babyface. We can do heel. Tweeners, as they call it, which I believe was where we were in the beginning anyway. But yeah, definitely heel. I think nobody has really even seen the true Hitmakers until you see us as heels. Okay. Let's just say that.
Okay. You like to get the jeers from the crowd. Very nice. Yeah. Guillermo's asking, was there any plans for Hit Row against Sami Zayn or Jinder and Shanky?
All I know is that Vince McMahon told us that he wanted to get us over. And that's really all I know. I don't know about any plans with Sami Zayn, Jinder. I mean, it could have been, but the plan that we were told was to get us over.
Yep. Good stuff. Was there any reason on why only Swerve and Top Dollar made their in-ring debut on SmackDown without you?
Technically, it was supposed to be me and Swerve, but before we got drafted and stuff, I think it was like October. I had got appendicitis out of nowhere, so I had to get surgery done, and so I was out for 4 to 6 weeks. But I was technically supposed to be me and Swerve in the tag match on SmackDown, but I wasn't cleared. I wasn't cleared yet, so.
Gotcha. Okay,
Yeah.
so that's why. Guillermo's asking, why do you think that WWE released B-Fab first and 2 weeks later released you, then the rest of it row? Why do you think it waited 2 weeks to do that?
I have no idea. I know just as much as you guys. Budget cuts. That's all I was told. So that's all I can say about that. I have no idea.
Yeah. All right, so this is the last of the 6 p.m. Eastern time questions from 5 hours ago. Almost. Favorite opponent you ever faced on 205 Live?
Mansoor.
Okay, why Mansoor?
Because we've faced each other like 8 times, and yeah, it's always been fun. Like it's always been fun every time. So, and then I think that's when I was heel most of the time. Yeah, so. It was always fun.
You got some matches with Brian Kendrick too, right?
Yeah. That was some matches. I think I had 3 or 4 with him. Yeah.
Yeah. Let's go. You mentioned, you talked about this a bit, but why was Brianna released, and what do you think about Swerve's AEW debut?
Well, I guess I answered that already. Budget cuts. That's all we were told. So I really don't know. It's not this. You guys know just as much as us. So, and yeah, Swerve's Swerve's a G. Like he's gonna kill it. Like he's like people don't even know. Well, they do know. Like his debut, like he's gonna kill it. Just like he killed it, just like everything he does. You know what I'm saying? Like Swerve's just different. So.
Elvis is asking, could we hear freestyle on me? I'm from Colorado. My favorite wrestler of all time is Eddie.
See, I'm the producer of the group. I'm not a rapper.
There you go. you're a producer.
You gotta ask AJ and Brianna that.
There you go. Now, how was it? I know I had Brianna on the show just a couple of weeks, 2 or 3 weeks ago, and she was talking about how the hit row music was, made. From your end, how was the hit row music that we heard in the WWE? How was that produced? And take us through that.
So, we made it. The 4 of us made it, and we did it in AJ's house, in his studio, in his house. And I don't know, we probably did it in a few hours. We just recorded all our parts and did everything that, everything it takes to make a song and stuff. This stuff's really easy to us. So, like, I mean, we just made a new song for the Hitmakers with me, Brianna, and AJ on it and stuff. Nice. And that probably, I remember we did that. We actually did that before the MCW Baltimore show, and I think Brianna got in like 2, 3 in the morning, and like to AJ's house and stuff. I had just recorded my part. Brianna recorded her part, and then we did all the little smaller things for the song and everything, and then we basically just we were just, all right, we're done this now. Let's get on the plane. And we just headed straight to MCW from there. We didn't even get no sleep. Wow. But yeah, we do everything ourselves. Like, so.
So you produce, or do you engineer too? Do you put the beats together, or who does that?
I do a little bit of everything, but yeah. But for real though, AJ, gotta give AJ his credit. He's like the mastermind.
Very nice. Let's see here. There's a lot of okay, here's a good one from Aaron. Since I read his mind and asked the Triple H, here's a new one. Are you into wrestling memorabilia like AJ? And if so, what is your most prized possession?
I'm not really into wrestling memorabilia like that. I do have. I mean, yeah, like I've got some. I got like a bunch of stuff behind me and stuff, but like the only stuff like that I have is I have a WWE hat. I have an old school like '90s Shawn Michaels toy, and my favorite wrestler Eddie Guerrero. I have like a toy of his.
Nice.
When it says, I think, yep, it says the "I'm Your Poppy" on it, the shirt, which I actually have that shirt too.
Oh,
So,
nice.
yeah, so those two definitely my favorite wrestlers, Shawn Michaels and Eddie Guerrero. So, had to have those.
Speaking of producing and theme songs, Eddie Guerrero's "Heel Lie, Cheat, and Steal" theme song is grossly underrated. I mean, like grossly underrated. If people listening to this right now go and listen after the show, go and listen to Eddie Guerrero's "Lie, Cheat, and Steal" heel version. It is amazing. It is grossly underrated.
I'm
What
about to listen to that again.
yeah, you got to, man. It's coming from the streets of the ghetto. At the end of the week, I get to keep your
Oh
dinero. You know,
yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah.
It's really really nice. It's a really underrated theme song. I'm like a huge fan of theme songs, like especially old school WWE theme songs. I've interviewed over 300 wrestlers and like 16 or 17 WWE Hall of Famers throughout my journalism career and writing for Sports Illustrated and Fox Sports. And one of my favorite interviews of all time was Jim Johnston. He was on my bucket list to interview, and I got to interview him last year, I think it was. And I was just like, I've been doing this for so long. I don't get like wooed when I'm as a fan. I went from a wrestling fan in the '80s to, being able to interview my heroes a lot. But I was like, cause I really don't want to mark out or anything when I interview people, but like I had a little bit of mark in me when I interviewed Jim Johnston because like I love theme songs, man. And he came up with the classics, Jericho Rock,
Yeah,
Taker, you know what I mean? So
yeah.
yeah, it was cool. And I thought about Jim Johnson when I think of you as far as just being in the beat making and production field and things like that. I think it's pretty cool, man. So what are some of your favorite pro wrestling theme songs of all time?
Let's see. I was actually thinking about that. Definitely, I'm not gonna say it's number one, but Edge. I always like the "You Think You Know
Which
Me."
one though? Never gonna
Oh,
stop, like what
the one he's got now. Like,
okay, the current one, the heel one?
yeah, yeah. No, 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 no. I'm sorry.
The one before.
Not that
Okay.
one. The one
Gotcha.
before. Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Uh, oh, Shawn Michaels, hands
Yeah.
down. Shawn Michaels. Yeah, that sexy boy. I can't sing,
Yeah.
but yeah, that always gets me.
Now, do you remember the one with Sherry Martel on it, the original one when Sensational Sherry was on there?
I can't remember. Oh yes, the old one. Yes, yes, yes,
Yeah,
yes, yes,
the
yes,
original
yes.
one. Yeah, Sherry was on there. Yep, and
Yeah,
then it ended up
yeah,
being
yeah,
Shawn Michaels doing it. But before that, yeah, I think he's cute.
yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
know he's sexy.
That
Yeah, it
old
was.
'90s one. That '90s one.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah. Any other ones you can think of real quick?
Um, I always know the Undertaker's is like always like pops up in my mind because like his entrance was so
Mm-hmm.
just unique and like slow and like like it just dark and everything. So like just the music sticks with me and stuff. So probably Undertaker.
Yeah, very nice. Yeah, that's one of the goats for sure as far as theme songs. A few more before we head out. Let's see here. Um, waiting for. Oh, that's a good question from Elvis. How was Shawn Michaels backstage in NXT?
Oh man, Shawn Michaels is awesome, man. um, he's just like he's so like caring,
Mm.
like he's so caring, like he wants you to do good and stuff, and he's such a nice dude. It's
Mm.
crazy because like watching him on TV and then having to work with him and stuff. Just he kind of like acts the same a little bit too, you know. So
Really?
yeah, just like his mannerisms and stuff. But yeah, like he's just a really really nice dude, and yeah, it's good to work with him.
Nice. Let's see. Bobby's asking, who is your dream opponent at NWA or Ring of Honor?
I can't say that I have a dream opponent. Sorry, I just I don't know.
Okay. If there's say for instance, if there's someone at NWA or Ring of Honor that you haven't faced that you would like to, especially Ring of Honor's being acquired by AEW now.
Well, I know Swerve was on Ring of Honor the other day, so me versus Swerve will be cool.
There you go. Very nice. Former allies, now enemies.
Hey, well, I don't know if anybody remembers, but we had a 6-man tag on 205 Live where I was on the opposite team of Swerve and I was a heel. So
yeah, very nice. All right, let's see here. Lots of comments. Lots of people appreciate you coming on the show. Let's see, one more good one here. Oh, here's a good one. Who inspired you to get in the ring?
The Rock, hands down.
Why The Rock?
Well, he's the GOAT, man. Like he's yeah, he's the GOAT, but like he inspires me because he came from nothing, you know, like, and I've came from nothing, you know, and just to watch him do everything he puts his mind to, and I feel like I do that the same way and everything, you know, and I'm trying to have similar success and stuff. So yeah, he's just a huge inspiration.
Very nice.
So
as we close up, I'm interested now to know more about that. Like you said, you came from nothing. What's your story? Like, where'd you grow up? And yeah, what's your story?
You got time for this?
A 3-minute version of your story, man. I'm very interested.
Okay. So I'm from New Jersey originally, and I've been doing performing arts my entire life. My mother's the director of her own African dance company, so I used to dance and drum when I was a kid, performing for hundreds of people, you know, so many times a year. Oh, there you go. Yeah, it's like a little like a small gym day.
Yep, I used to drum too.
Yeah. Yep. So and then out of high school, I joined the Army. I deployed to Afghanistan at 19 years old. I joined the Army at 17. I deployed to Afghanistan at 19. I was there for 12 months. I can't go into detail of that because I only got less than 3 minutes. But the military as a whole, and especially my deployment, has been the foundation of my life. It has changed my mindset and my outlook on life completely. I feel like I just think different. It's part of the reason why on my social media posts I say different breed, because in my mind I feel like I'm just different, you know. But so then after I got out of the military, I went to the University of Maryland, where I got my degree in theater actually, and I played football there as well for all 4 years, which is kind of strange because people are like, "You're a theater major, but you're a football player." So
running back.
Yeah, I played everything, man. I played my freshman year, I was a wide receiver. My sophomore year, I was a running back. My junior year, they made me gain weight, and I was a running back and a fullback. And then my senior year, they made me lose weight, and I played safety.
Oh,
so
wow!
I was a walk-on,
both sides.
so like a jack of all trades. I just did everything.
Yeah. Very nice.
Yeah. And then I got into wrestling. So I graduated University of Maryland in 2016. I got into wrestling in 2017.
Why
Yeah.
wrestling?
Why wrestling? I've been wanting to do it my entire life.
Oh wow, very nice.
My entire life, along with acting and movies and TV shows and stuff. I've been wanting to do both of those. Those both been my dream, and I got to do one so far, and starting to pursue the other. So
yeah. So you see this this portrait right here. You know, this guy needs to be on your next casting for those who are watching this, who are recruiting people for acting, because I think we've only seen the tip of the iceberg of Tehuti Miles, because you're young in the pro wrestling industry. You got so much left, and the thing is, acting is such a huge part of the pro wrestling business, because we're buying into a character, and so stuff like that means a lot. And so, you know, you can go far with good acting in the pro wrestling.
100%. That's how that's how all three of us, me, AJ, and Brianna, that's how we all see pro wrestling. That's why we call ourselves entertainers. We're not pro wrestlers, we're entertainers. You know, because we can do everything. And I just lost my train of thought.
Yeah, you see us not pro wrestling as entertainers. We're talking about acting and how it's a big part of pro wrestling. You said 100%.
Yeah, no, it definitely. Oh, so the characters. That's what we like. Focus on characters and having charisma and our promos. That's like the most important thing, because to us the wrestling is last. It's like watching a movie. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're only invested in the characters, not because of like the fight scenes that they were in, but because of the things that they went through. You know, the emotions and stuff like that. So like that's what we focus on and stuff. So that's really important to us.
Very nice. Very nice. Let the listeners know once again where to find you on social media if you have any upcoming dates.
Oh, you can find me on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok at Tehuti Miles. That's at TEHUTIMILES.
Very nice. You see that's name right underneath him. That is his name. That's where you can find him at that. Just put those two names together. Tehuti Miles. That's who he is. That's where you can find him on social. Man, it's been such a pleasure for you to come on the show, man. I really enjoyed it. I hope you did as well.
Thank you. I appreciate you having me, man. Seriously.
Awesome, man. Great to have you, and have a good night.
Thank you.
All right. Bye-bye.